Is faith only a relic of the past? So many people in Europe and the world see the Christian faith as déjà vu, a relic of the past. Why is that? Because they have not seen Jesus at work in their own lives, the way we have in our lives. We, existing Christians, in our lives, have not sufficiently shown Christ to them. God makes himself seen in the faces and actions of the men and women who were transformed by his presence. One of the people that was transformed, and it just sticks with me so much, was the gentleman I'd asked you to pray for last week, Rudy. Johan, his brother, posted one picture of him in Facebook. And that one photo, when I saw it, my initial just knee-jerk reaction was, what an intimate photo to post. Because in that photo, taken in public, it looked like it was a street fair. Rudy had his hair down past his shoulders, about the same as my length. And he's smiling about something. There's the dew of sweat on his face. And in his eyes, you see the love and the light of Christ just shining out of his eyes. You see God. And you can't deny it. And that much love, that much divinity, that is what they're speaking about here. My friend Suzanne, her mother always wondered how I took such good photos of Suzanne. And I said, I don't know. I always get her laughing. Suzanne knew I had sight. But I didn't know that Suzanne would transform when she died at 31 years old, leaving 3 children behind. I didn't know that she was an angel. And I would have a vision the Lord allowed me to see her being washed clean by the tears of everyone here on earth who knew her. And then as she reached heaven, the tears of her sisters, her celestial sisters, started to wash her and cleanse her and changing her completely. It changed the color and the depth of her skin. And that's when I knew she was never supposed to be here this long. She was only on loan. And her sisters, they sang in rejoicing of her return. And the beauty of that song can never be repeated. I was allowed to hear it briefly. And I still hear it echoing in my soul. So beautiful. I have been graced so many times. God makes himself seen in the faces and actions of the men and women who are transformed by his presence. If Christians, instead of radiating the contagious joy of the gospel, keep speaking in an outworn, intellectualistic and moralistic religious language, the people will not be able to see the good shepherd. They will not recognize the one who loves each of his sheep, who calls each by name, and who bears each one of them on his shoulders when they need his assistance, or they just need an ear scratched to let them know, yeah, I love you. They will not see the one whose incredible passion we preach, for it is a consuming passion, a passion for all humankind. The divine, merciful, and overpowering love. It is still the perennial newness of the gospel. It demands of us wise and bold decisions, made in the name of the mad love with which Christ has saved us. Jesus does not ask us to make arguments for God. He asks us to show him in the same way that the saints did, not by or with words, but by and with our lives. I know when I am out in public, I'll know when it's someone that God has sent to me. Like perhaps I'm at grocery and I'll hear a voice, can I give you a hand with that? And most every time I'll say no. But the few times I say yes, it is because they are one of the chosen. And I just know it. You too will know it when and if it happens. It's not because you just suddenly stop in the middle of the street or in the middle of the grocery and say, oh, praise God. No, we talk about the price of frozen microwave popcorn going up or something stupid like that. But they know who and what I am. And I look into their eyes and they into mine. And we recognize ourselves in them. That is how you find God. Jesus calls us to prayer and poverty, creativity and gratitude. But it's helped today's Europe and the world faint with a weariness that is the world's current malady, to rediscover the ever youthful face of Jesus and his church, Big C. How can we fail to devote ourselves completely to making all people see this unfading, eternal beauty? The next time you look at a beautiful work of art, like Notre Dame, like the Palace at Westminster, anything like that, or the great, great churches. Turn around and look at the faces of the people behind you and see the spark of God reflected back at you in their eyes. It's not too